So, first job at number 3, La Forge, is going to be making the house back into one house, because currently it's 2 houses, number 3 and number 2, but we're going to have it as one house. And there is a historical, we think, doorway here through to the 2 houses, so connecting the 2 houses. So I'm going to take out this kitchen. We've literally just signed for the house 10 minutes ago. It's now ours, so we can crack on. But to get to that doorway, I need to remove this old kitchen. So, show you later. We're coming through.
Oh my goodness, what a mess. But as you can see, there was indeed an old doorway with its oak frame still standing after all this time. As Steve always says, you can't make an omelette without cracking eggs, but what a mess. I know I always use personification, but it felt that the house had exhaled a long-held breath and the dynamics changed. And once the rubble had been cleared, it was incredible to see the threshold of the 2 floors matching up beautifully. The ancient grey-brown flagstones and the terracotta tomettes lay beautifully together, allowing a gentle flow throughout the extent of the ground floor.
Right, so today's task is, there is no way through to the laundry room. So, we've decided the location for the door down here. I've drawn some lines on the wall where we want it to go. I'm going to have to prop this up this side with acro props, which I will show you later on. And now I'm going to show you from the other side. So this is the other side. This is in the laundry room. It's hard to see in here because the lighting's not that good. I'll get a lead lamp in a minute. But this is, I've copied the marks from next door through to here. And that's where the doorway is going to come through into this room, because like I said, currently you can't get into this room without going outside, and this has got the shower and toilet and everything in it. Now I'm going to be doing renovations on this house all through the winter. I'm not going to want to go outside to go to the loo, and for the last 60 years this has been holiday home for the same family. In fact, this house has been in the same family since it was built in 1830. We're only the second owners, which we're very, very proud to be. But as a holiday home, I guess in the warmer summer months, it's all right to go outside and use the loo. But this is going to be our home, so it needs to be connected. So I'm just doing a bit of investigation work. There's this little nook in the wall. I'm going to get a drill in a minute and see how thick that is. Hopefully not too thick, but I'll let you know in a minute. Right, okay, so we're about to start drilling through from the other side. So hopefully in a minute we'll have a square hole through the wall. So we have a hole in the wall, gang. We have a hole in the wall, gang.
But unfortunately, this wall proved harder to remove. It was, of course, an old outside wall with no previous doorway, so it fought back with a vengeance against poor Steve's muscles.
So, after 7 or 8 hours of trying to knock a hole through a wall, I'm nearly there. There's some big ones to come out. There's some absolute monsters that have come out of the wall. It needs to be a bit higher. Some of these big ones have to come out down the side here, but it's now you could step through. I haven't yet. I didn't know whether Joe wanted to be first or if I'm going to be first. But this has never ever been part of the house. This used to be the barn. It's now the laundry room. But you used to have to go outside to get to the laundry room and the toilet. Now you can step through a hole in the wall. So it needs to be a bit taller. Excuse me, dust. It needs to be a bit taller. Some of these big ones come out down the sides, but we're nearly there now. But I'm absolutely pooped. That was very, very, very hard work. So yeah, making progress. Very, very nearly one house, not 3.
So now it was time to remove all that masonry. I can't remember how many buckets there were, but there were loads. They couldn't be filled to the brim as they were so heavy. I could just about lift one, but there was no way I could walk with it, so the strong and seemingly tireless Steve had to move them all. Luckily, the déchetterie is now a little nearer and is such a brilliant facility to dispose of rubble, old wood, cardboard and all sorts, as well as items that can be sold on. I know that we've shown you the shop before, but it really is one of our favourite places, not only to clear up mess, but to look for old bits of furniture and other treasures.
Right, so this is Joe's first viewing of the hole right through the through the house.
I can't believe it.
So it's now one house. We walk all the way through from one house to another. We're going to hold hands and step through for the first time
For
ever.
the first time ever.
First time ever.
1, 2, 3. Woo!
Welcome to the laundry room.
Woo! Do
And
some laundry. Come and step back.
welcome back
To the kitchen.
to the kitchen.
Oh, it's amazing. I can't believe how well you've done.
That, can I swear on,
No.
that was a
Lot of hard work. So the next step is to reinstate the wall surrounding the new doorway through to the laundry. And I'm now accustomed to having a cement mixer in the kitchen, so it's not too bad. Here are the buckets full of the stuff to render the walls. And I'll just take you through to the back room where we will find Mr. Steve Harris squirting the walls. Lovely. So we're utilising the removed stone to build the wall back up, and you can see there are some monsters there. Oh, looks like you need some more muck. Yes, you do. Okay, so this is the way we're placing the stones back in and using this boarding to hold it all in place.
So this slide tool here I'm using to flatten the boards ready to make the door between the kitchen and the laundry room. I've cut my boards to length, but I'm flattening them. And these rails, once you've got them set up, and oh my God, they are hard to set up. Once you've got your, it's one finger operation like a Rolls Royce. But like I said, it really takes some setting up. I've had to undo it and do it back up about 50 times this afternoon to try and get it right. But I finally got it right, and I've started cleaning these boards off. And you can only do a tiny little depth at a time, like 0.5 millimetre or 1 millimetre at a time. But this is what they start off like. They've got all saw cuts in them. And then the router brings out all of the character. And because my rails are only 1 metre long, I can only do that much at a time. So I'm going to have to move the boards along tomorrow, but that's enough for tonight. Ready for a cold beer.
So, as we couldn't find any lovely old doors at our favourite reclamation centre in Conflans, Steve decided to make one. Of course he did! We've bought lots of dried oak from the wood yard just up the lane, and it's perfect for just this thing. What we did find at the reclamation yard, however, were these gorgeous old iron brackets, which make the door look really ancient and far more interesting, don't you think? Our friend Charlene exclaimed, "Ooh, look at that old original door!" It made Steve's day. And hey presto, a fabulous vintage door leading through to what will be a very posh laundry. So, as the sun sets on a few busy days, come with us next time when maybe a few more walls will be removed. À bientôt!